I was recently hate crimed for being queer, and as a result of me being hate crimed for being queer, it ultimately led to me being fired from my job as a high school substitute teacher. I hate making content like this. I love making people laugh and smile and forget about all their troubles. I love helping people feel comfortable in their bodies and always preach that there's nothing ever wrong with being you and that you should always identify and do the things that make you happy and feel most like you. I love learning about my community, and I love helping educate others about my community too. What happened to me wasn't fair to me or to my students that I helped make a better and safer environment for every single day. Right now in America, queer teachers are under attack and are constantly being targeted and kicked out of the classrooms for being who they are and for helping students feel welcomed for who they are. I hope that by telling my story, I can make other queer teachers who have gone through similar experiences feel less alone, and that I'm able to use this as an opportunity to say goodbye to my students that I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to because that opportunity was taken away from me by a hateful, miserable person who had too much time on their hands. For us to start, we have to go back a whole year ago to when I was being targeted by hateful extremist groups and really blew up online. Particularly by that one cis lady who was accused of inciting bomb threats against schools, libraries, and hospitals, and who also just got appointed to an advisor position on the Oklahoma Educational State Department's Library Committee, which is a whole nother mess that we're not gonna get into right now. Any podcast, YouTube video, TikTok, or any content mentioning my name during that time would get millions of views. I had hundreds of thousands of people harassing me online, and some even went to more extreme lengths to harass me in real life. One of which ways was reporting me to school. In September of last year, I was called into HR's office for 1, being reported by the haters, and 2, apparently the freshmen were writing my username on whiteboards, and the school wanted to make sure I wasn't self-promoting my brand, which I wasn't. The freshmen had a very hard time adjusting to the fact I worked at that school and freaked out on the daily because I worked at school. And all the other kids at school hated the freshmen and would be like, "You guys are stupid. Why are you freaking out? It is just mall. Chill out." Jeez, bro. Freaking freshmen. It was then during this meeting, though, I explained that I was internet famous and that I make LGBTQ educational content on the internet, and that I was targeted towards the end of summer, and that our very own town's manager was aware I was being harassed, as well as the local police department being informed and then later involved. At the end of the meeting, my manager said, word for word, and I never forgot this, "I don't care if you swear like a sailor or post whatever you want to post. It is your social media and you can do whatever you want to do with it." Hearing those words, and knowing that the school supported me and was going to have my back through that mess, motivated me to keep creating and to keep going, and made me believe that the haters couldn't take my job away from me. Or so I thought. On October 30th, 2023, I received an email from my HR manager asking to sit down to talk about my social media posts. I hadn't posted about working at school on TikTok in a couple of weeks, and the only post I could think of was where I let the art club kids face paint my face to practice before a big football game. And I thought for some reason HR wasn't going to be happy. I let them face paint my face and were going to yell at me, but that wasn't the case at all. Considering the comments on this video were so horrible, I do believe this was the motivation for the hater to commit the crime that they did. The morning of November 2nd, before my meeting with HR, I was notified by email by our substitute booking website that all of my jobs that I had booked out till March were taken away from me and I was released from working them. Immediately, I got a gut-sinking feeling in my stomach and realized something more serious was going on, and I had no clue what it was. When I walked into the meeting, my HR manager asked me if I knew why I was here. I said I had no idea, besides wanting to talk about my social media posts. They then pulled out a yellow folder and slid 2 screenshots of 2 old thirst traps across the table to me. And I was just like, oh my god, wow, oh my god, I haven't seen these videos in forever. Oh my god. This is from within the first month of me making TikToks every day. When the gays were using TikTok as a dating app. Oh my god. I still had long hair. I didn't go by Mall yet or Fuzz. Wow. These'll be 4 years old in 2 months. That's crazy. Holy crap. Oh my god. It very much was like how Tina Fey described seeing her old content to Chris Olsen in a recent interview.
You feel like it's easy for you to remember a lot of the things that you've done?
Sometimes I will see something from SNL or 30 Rock and like I'll be in a clip and I'll be like, I literally have no memory of doing that.
Sure.
Wait a minute. 4 years? Yeah. Look right here at the timestamp on the video. It literally says right here when the video was posted and made. Oh my god! We were planning on cutting ties with you today, but this could change some things. A person sent an email to the school this morning with these videos attached, complaining and wanting you fired. Knowing the haters too, they probably also threatened the school in some way too. Wow, I can't believe this. Yeah. That person went through thousands upon thousands of my videos to find these. In my first 2 years alone, I was putting out 2 to 3 videos every single day of the week, and even on holidays. Those videos are buried. They aren't active videos. They are not being pushed by the algorithm. They are dead. I highly doubt a parent here or student here would have gone through and watched thousands of my videos and spent all those hours watching, trying to find these videos in the hopes of getting me fired. Yeah, no, it wasn't a student here or a parent from the school district that submitted these videos to us. It was someone not from our community. Ah, I see. Great. You know you represent the school, right? What you post represents the school? Yeah, but I never mention our school's name or post inappropriate content and always go by my preferred name and not my government name. And I also am signed to a talent agency and have a talent manager who handles all of my brand deals, and I work hand in hand with big names companies making advertisements for their brands while representing their company as well as my own. And I make a living every day creating content on the internet. You do? The rest of the meeting was spent scrolling through my TikTok and my HR manager being pleasantly surprised and pleased with my content, as well as showing them how much I post and how long it takes to even scroll back just to a year ago. Wow. I cannot believe you make such lovely videos and help people and make an income while you do it. I'm going to take these notes and circle back with the superintendent and the principal, and it'll ultimately be up to them to decide what they want to do with this decision. And until I hear from them, consider yourself suspended. Okay, awesome. Thank you for sitting down with me and getting my side of things instead of just firing me. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to go home and go take down those videos. Oh, don't feel like you have to take them down. We're not telling you that you have to take them down, okay? Oh no, they're old. I have no problem taking them down. And besides, they don't represent my brand or the school, and they're just hurting everyone right now, so I'm gonna go home and take them down. After that, I went home and I took the videos down and sent a follow-up email saying that I took the videos down and thanked them again for letting me tell my side of the story and that I love working with my students and would do anything for them. However, knowing the decision was up to the superintendent, who is a white cis older male and who I've never met and has no idea who I am or what I look like, and the principal, who is also a white cis male who gave me the vibes that they were not the biggest fan of me and never really knew how to interact with me because of who I am, made me feel like the chances of me not getting fired were very low. A few days after the meeting, however, my art teachers all reached out to me and were like, "Where have you been? Why is there another substitute subbing in the art classes right now? Where are you?" Because I eat lunch with them every day, and I'm always the first sub offered to substitute the art classes because I make art and I know what I'm doing and I'm able to help the students with their art projects, and I just really love it and all the chaos it brings. And so I filled them in on everything that had happened over the last few days. And they ultimately decided and agreed that they would write a letter on my behalf to the principal stating why I shouldn't be fired and focusing on all the good that I do in and for the school every single day. My chances of not getting fired felt a lot better after they submitted that letter, I'll be honest. 2 weeks after my suspension and a week after the letter had been submitted, I hadn't heard a word yet. I reached out to HR to see if a decision had been made yet, and almost immediately my HR manager emailed back and said they had decided on going through with firing me. Which broke my heart. I had felt so ashamed when I was fired at first. I have never been fired from a job before, let alone one that I enjoyed doing. But then I started thinking, and I remembered and got so angry when I remembered the fact that the school in the past has protected a male teacher who went to jail, was accused of beating his wife, and who still works at the school while students frequently look up his mugshot and laugh at him. And another male teacher who was caught with screenshots saved to his computer of students in their bikinis that he stole from their personal Instagrams. And it just felt so wrong that these men could be and were protected by the school, while the only out and openly queer teacher at school was hate crimes and then ultimately led to the school firing them. It just filled me with rage. And to anyone out there who thinks I'm lying and that I didn't have a positive impact on the school can take my ex's word for it, who was also queer and understood how important queer representation was and how important my representation was for the queer students, and who texted me this one day when we were together and I had told them I had helped a queer student. Immediately after I was fired, I reached back out to the teachers who had written a letter on my behalf to ask for guidance and for help and to fill them in, and I had no idea what to do. The teachers went ahead and talked to the teachers union for me, and I was advised to reach out to ACLU. When I reached out to ACLU, they told me they don't handle independent employer cases and sent me lists of resources and firms and lawyers that I could contact that could possibly help me with my case. Using my anger, I fought tooth and nail and reached out to multiple firms and lawyers every single day. I wasn't actively working at school when I originally made those thirst traps and quit working for the school for almost a full year back in 2021. I felt and feel like the content I made before I quit should not be allowed to be used against me, as well as feeling as my First Amendment right and my freedom of expression have been violated. My case seemed to be in the gray area for some lawyers and firms. Some were too old and didn't want to deal with anything relating to social media, and some either never answered my emails or completely ghosted me after one email. I was, however, able to meet with a big firm in Boston who took a lot of interest in my case, and after having a meeting with me, went and did research into the ever-changing laws of social media in schools. They found that they weren't 100% sure that the First Amendment would protect me because nothing political were said in my videos, and because I didn't make the videos at school, but rather as a civilian in my own home. Which is so backwards, but I guess good to know for any teacher out there that wants to make a thirst trap in their classroom. Like, fun fact, the First Amendment will protect you. Yep, great, awesome. After telling me that the firm wasn't 100% sure that the First Amendment would protect me, they went on to say that I definitely have been wronged and highly suggested that I get another opinion and sent me more resources to reach out to. After going back for another round of emailing firms and lawyers, it just kind of felt like I hit a wall. I had to keep creating content with a smile on my face. I found out my dog had terminal cancer and we had to put him down. I had advertisements that I had to do for companies and everyone and their mom just wanting my attention. Life kept moving. I decided that after working at school for so long and not being able to put 100% into influencing because of it, that I wanted to full send being an influencer full time. This hater wanted me fired. They wanted to hurt me. They wanted me to give up living life altogether. They hated me so much, and they didn't even know the real me. Going full-time influencing seems like the best revenge. This hater wanted me to quit and to croak, and now I have all the time in the world to focus on my content and to make more of my content. And that's exactly what I've been doing. When I sat down with my talent manager in a meeting and I explained to her everything that had happened to me and that I wanted to take a leap to full-time influencing, she was very understanding and has been working her hardest to get me sponsorships. And for the first time ever, I am making more money a month influencing than I ever did as a substitute teacher. It'd still be great to have both incomes, but this is only the beginning for me. I have known since I was a little kid that I am supposed to be something great. I've felt it in my bones that I'm supposed to do something, be someone. I will do more than just influencing in this world. I will get to act. I will get to have my own book series. I will have my own cartoon show and voice act. I will create products that help the LGBTQ community. And most of all, I will make people smile and feel loved while feeling loved and supported as I do so. To my students, I am so sorry that this has happened. I wish I could be at school with you guys every day still. As much as you guys would get pumped up to see me sitting at the teacher's desk and yell, "Yes! We got Mall this period! Let's go! Yes! I'm so happy! Let's go!" And you'd get big smiles on your face and tell me I'm your favorite sub, or you'd ask me for opinions about your art pieces, or just you're having a crummy day and you need someone to talk to. You guys always made me feel loved, and I couldn't thank you more for that. I had days just like you where I was depressed and anxious and had no motivation to be at school at all that day. But I always, every single time, by the end of the school day, you guys would have me all cheered up and motivated to keep creating and doing what I do. I miss y'all so much. And even though this transition hasn't been the easiest for me, I'm still grateful for all the laughs and fun and time that I got to spend at the school with y'all. And no matter how hard life gets and feels sometimes, and no matter if someone tries to hurt you for being you or stop you from achieving your dreams, never give up. You're stronger than you think you are. I am so proud of all of you. All of you are amazing humans. And I know that every single one of you is going to change this world for the better when the time comes. And I promise I won't let this one person or a school's decision stop me. And I will make y'all proud. I promise.